In North Carolina, there have been a slew of pastors who are saying really hateful things against gays during their sermons. The latest pastor is Charles L. Worley of Providence Road Baptist Church in North Carolina. And we have a video where he basically says that gay people should be electrocuted. Let's watch.
The Bible's against it, God's against it, I'm against it, and if you've got any sense, you're against it.
Again it.
I figured a way out, a way to get rid of all the lesbians and queers, but I couldn't get it past the Congress. Build a great, big, large fence, 150 or 100 mile long, put all the lesbians in there, fly over and drop some food. Do the same thing with the queers and the homosexuals. And have that fence electrified till they can't get out. Feed them. And you know what? In a few years, they'll die out. Do you know why they can't reproduce? If a man ever has a young'un, praise God, he'll be the first.
I love that, okay? For so many reasons. Again it. And here again, it took me like some time to figure out what the hell he was saying. Mm-hmm. And then you take the queers and the homosexuals, you put them over there. Look, lesbians would also be homosexuals. Okay? And besides which, what difference would it make if you put the gay guys and the lesbians together? They're not going to have sex with one another. I bet he didn't think of that. If he had, he would have been like, because this guy thinks he's a genius. He's like, you know, because they don't reproduce, get it?
But by the way...
I'm against it.
Yeah, that guy is a clown. He doesn't make sense at all. But like, as I was watching that the entire time, I was wondering to myself, is he just ignorant and hateful, or is he gay? Right?
That's a great question.
Because it's one of two things, or both.
No, I get the sense that gays, he against it.
We actually have another video of it, so let's go to the rest of his sermon and hear what he has to say.
I tell you right now, somebody said, who you going to vote for? I ain't going to vote for a baby killer and a homosexual lover. You said, did you mean to say that? You better believe I did. God have mercy. It makes me puking sick to think about. I don't even know whether you ought to say this in the pulpit or not. Could you imagine kissing some man? God, I love you, fella.
All right. Anyway, can you imagine kissing some man? God, that would be delicious. Did I say that out loud on the pulpit? Okay. Oh, it makes me sick. How much I want it. Look, 9 out of 10 times these guys who are so anti-gay turn out to be gay. So that's part of the reason that Anna's saying what she said. But I don't know if that's the case in this case. I do know that he is incredibly ignorant and hateful. But is he not merciful? He actually wanted to drop food into the electrified, fenced-in areas. So it's not the Hunger Games. Don't worry.
It's incredible. And, you know, one thing that I will say, there's an organization that is basically trying to get that church to lose its tax-exempt status. Because if you are a religious organization, you are tax-exempt, right? That's part of this country. And if you are using your tax-exempt status to say that you want to vote Obama out of office, or you're telling your people that you don't want them to vote for Democrats, well, all of a sudden, you're a political organization. And that is not tax-exempt.
That guy shouldn't have a tax-exempt status at all. In fact, I'm against it. Because he clearly said, anybody who's for homosexuals, baby killers, etc., the code words, of course, for being pro-choice and in favor of gay rights, he said, don't vote for them. He made a very clear reference to voting, should immediately lose his tax-exempt status. Of course, he won't. The only time that I've been doing this show for the last 10 years that I've ever heard anybody's tax-exempt status being challenged was a church here in Southern California who preached against war. And so the Bush administration had the IRS look into them. Now, but a church They didn't say which way to vote. They didn't say vote for this politician or that politician or this party or that party. All they said was Jesus Christ is not for war, which is in the Bible, which is an indisputable fact, right? Now you can quote different Bible verses, but certainly a ton of Bible verses say that he's the Prince of Peace. Like, how dare you quote Jesus? You might lose your tax exempt status.
Is that church in Los Angeles?
Yeah.
I know exactly which church you're talking about. They always have banners in the front of their church that say these lovely things, like God does not hate gays and things like that. And I'm like, what kind of church is that?
What kind of loving church is that? That's weird. I'm against it.